So a reporter tried to ask the mayor of Chicago a question about illegal aliens, and the mayor basically, what he did was verbally bitch slap that reporter, and he displays a masterclass in how to respond to Fox News style trap questions like this one. Let's check it out.
So it's come to our attention through our cauldron sources, Mr. Mayor, that you're supposed to have filed a report on spending on illegal aliens in Chicago with the White House by now. What's happening with that, or what has happened with that?
We don't have illegal aliens. I don't know if that's from some sort of sci-fi message that you would have had. Well, listen, the legal term for my people were slaves. You want me to use that term too? So look, let's just get the language right. We're talking about undocumented individuals that are human beings. The last thing that I'm going to do is accept the type of racist, nasty language to describe human beings. And so as far as our spending on Chicagoans, I've put forth a $16.7 billion balanced budget that ensures that we're investing in education, transportation, housing, youth employment, environmental justice, as well as ensuring that we have safe communities. And we are going to challenge the ultra wealthy to pay their fair share. He's more than happy to look at that budget.
It is very important that people in Illinois and across the country understand the immigration system is a civil system. Undocumented presence in the United States is not a criminal offense. And so thank you for the clarification on language.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. First, the reporter uses the phrase illegal aliens, which is not just outdated, it's historically weaponizing language, right? And the mayor correctly calls out that framing, connecting it to the dehumanizing language that was once used to describe black people in America. The word illegal in this context actually isn't a legal category. It's a moral judgment disguised as policy vocabulary. And if you notice how conservatives on the radical right insist on using the word illegal, it's because it makes undocumented families sound like a crime scene instead of just families. If the radical right ever had to describe human beings without criminalizing them, like linguistically, their whole immigration platform collapses. Because here's the thing, the term illegal alien isn't neutral language, right? It's a term designed to dehumanize people before you even start the policy conversation. It's disgusting, and the mayor is absolutely right and extremely based to call it out, because language isn't just words, right? It's framing that can determine whether we're talking about neighbors or intruders, right? Or people versus animals. It's vital that we use the right terminology. The funny thing here, though, is the mayor, he pivots the conversation to talking about education funding, housing, environmental justice, taxing the ultra wealthy, all of the stuff that conservatives on the radical right call radical, but normal people call basic governance. And at the end, they explain that being undocumented isn't a criminal offense, it's a civil issue. What does that mean? It means they need paperwork, not prison. That's what that means. But here's why I chose to talk about this video and not the other million clips that I could have chose from. This is how you shut down the Fox News style bait questions, right? The first thing you do is correct the framing, and then you reject any attempt at dehumanizing immigrants and oftentimes trans people. And then once you're done correcting that racist, dehumanizing rhetoric, then bring the conversation back to actual policy. And that's what he did here. The mayor makes the point that the term illegal alien, it belongs in sci-fi movies, not journalism. It doesn't belong in our regular discourse here in American politics. And once the mayor sunned that journalist, he brought it right back to policy, which is what we should be doing anytime we engage with the radical right. We should be doing that in every conversation. First, correct the framing of the issue, then put the person in their place if they're trying to, exacerbate culture war issues, and then bring it right back to policy. This is exactly how our politicians should be speaking, standing up for human rights, can mean a lot of things to different people. And one of the most effective ways to do that is to ensure that people are using language that doesn't intentionally dehumanize people, especially if these people aren't criminals. Like, being here undocumented is not a criminal offense, especially given the fact that ICE has detained and arrested and sent off to concentration camps around the world a lot of people, and a majority of them were not severe criminals. We're not violent criminals. These are some of the toughest people in our country who are doing the dirty work. They're doing the jobs that most people don't want to do. They're hard at work trying to support their families, whether it's construction, agriculture, a skilled trade, and countless other occupations where undocumented workers are working their asses off to provide for their families, and by extension, improving our local economies. They have to pay taxes, but they don't reap the benefits. These are actually the most efficient people in our country. If you want to go back to Doge, Doge should have actually brought over millions of illegal immigrants because they're the most efficient type of person in this country. They don't receive all the benefits a regular citizen does, but yet they still pay into the system. Now, of course, I don't support bringing in millions of people just like that. But my point is, these are not criminals and these are not bad people. And using this type of language, this dehumanizing language, is devastating for political discourse.